Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Baseball Bros. Today, we're going to be talking about the Red Sox offseason and spring training so far. My name is Kaiden, biggest Red Sox fan in York, Maine. This is Matt Rosenberg.
Hey, everybody.
Today, we're going to be talking about the offseason losses and adds, also who is our number 5 in the rotation, and finally, we're going to be talking about the spring training so far. Let's slide into it. First, let's talk about the offseason adds and losses. So, what I've found out is the biggest losses are Alex Bregman, David Hamilton, Jordan Hicks, Jogsa Garcia, Lucas Giolito, and Dustin May. Who's like the biggest guy that we lost?
I feel like Bregman was the biggest loss because he added a lot of pop, and that's probably where they're going to struggle the most this year. But I think they can also make up for that.
Yeah, I mean, we did go pick up Dermot and IKF, which was pretty good. Another thing that we did good was we freed up the rotation a little bit. We got rid of Giolito, we got rid of May, and then we did bring in 2 great veterans. We brought in Ranger Suarez and Sonny Gray, which we needed some veteran help, maybe to help Bayo or our number 5
Yeah,
in the rotation.
I'm pretty excited about Suarez. I think he's got a lot of upside.
Yeah, I actually really agree with that. He got some junk, if I'm being honest. He got some good junk on it. He had a 12-8 win-loss ratio. He had a 3.2 ERA. I mean, he's from the Phillies. He's a ground-out machine. It's pretty good. He did have a bad start in the offseason, and we did lose that game, I believe. And he had 1 home run and 2 earned runs, but he's gonna get the king salad, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's so hard to judge somebody based on their first couple of appearances in the preseason, just because they're kind of rusty and they're feeling it all out. And he's in his prime, so I think that we're going to see the best of him.
Yeah, I really agree with that. But I do think that Bayo has fallen off the face of the earth because he was supposed to be our number 2, right? He has been for the past 3 years. He's been pretty good. He didn't do great last year, only 11 wins and 9 losses, which is pretty good. He had 124 Ks, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be a good thing for Bayo. Maybe take some pressure off, calm him down. We saw in the Red Sox documentary he was pretty worked up about himself, slamming his gloves, stuff like that. But he did get off to a bad start in the offseason. He let up 4 runs in one inning in the preseason, but so I got a question for you, Matt. Who is our number 5?
Who's our number 5? I think it's probably going to be Oviendo. That's my guess. I was watching him yesterday in the game, and I thought he looked pretty solid.
Yeah, I actually totally agree with that. But in my personal opinion, I think Hypes is the great thing. I got Peyton Tolley. He's not the best guy out there, but he's definitely, in my opinion, the guy. He did come in for the Red Sox in game 3. Didn't do bad. He struck out 1 guy, pretty good. I know you've seen clips of them. I've showed you clips of him. He's definitely a vibes guy on the team. That's kind of what we need. I mean, we do have Duran. We got Roman and Mayer. They're pretty vibes guy, but yeah, I feel like he's what we need to finish off the rotation.
Yeah, it's nice to have somebody high energy on the mound who kind of brings everybody else up with him, and I think he does hype people up.
And then I have one more. I feel like Early is very underrated. He's great. He had a 1-2 win-loss ratio, and he had 2.3 ERA in those 4 games that he threw in. He had 29 Ks in 3 games, so it's not bad. Tops 97, filthy. He has some filthy sliders and stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't overlook him to be our number 5 this year.
Well, and it's a long season, and you don't know how injuries play out, so he might get his opportunity at some point, and the rotation that you have at the beginning of the season is not necessarily the one that you have in September.
All right. Now we're going to move on to our final topic. Who do we get rid of in the outfield? Roman, in my opinion, off the table. We're not going to trade him. It's the future of the team, Hall of Fame potential. Left bat. We needed a lefty bat too. 75 hits, 8 home runs, hit a home run off Paul Skeens. Rookie of the Year finalist. He had a back injury, but he should be able to recover from that. He's looking good in spring training, too. And then we got Duran. In my opinion, Duran is untouchable, but everybody has him in the mock trades, but he's really the heart of the team for the Red Sox. He's really fast. We needed fast after we got rid of Hamilton. He can get an extra base on a normal single. He had a 250 average, and he has great defense. And then to round out my personal outfield, I got Sedon. Sedon's great. He's clutch. He had 16 home runs. I know everybody remembers that home run that he hit on the Monster to end the game against the Rays to keep that win streak going. But I feel like the two out of the two we should get rid of, it's either going to be Wilyer Rehu or Yoshida. What do you think? Who do you think we might get rid of?
Well, I feel like in the game of musical chairs, Yoshida is probably going to be the guy who loses the chair. I think Abreu, his bat is just so valuable for them, and they're going to need him from time to time. And so I just can't see them moving on from Willier. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be Yoshida, who's the guy who's not going to see much time. Maybe he'll DH a little.
Yeah, another great thing about Willier is two-time Gold Glover back-to-back years. He has great defense, 22 home runs, but while Yoshida, I haven't seen him play the field at all last season. I know he was hurt for a little bit, but he only had 50 hits, but he does have perfect running form.
He does, and he was only in 55 games, so
Yeah.
he didn't have a lot of time to show off.
All right. How do you think Caleb Durbin's gonna do for the team?
I think he's going to be a really nice surprise for us. I think they went after him because of good reasons, and I think that he's going to be the guy that they need at third.
Yeah, I think he's the perfect replacement for Bregman. And then we also got Wilson Contreras. He's another big bat. When we brought in Wilson and Durbin, two big bats to bring them a lineup. Wilson is great at defense, pretty solid, kind of a wall. But we did give up our kind of future. He played great. The password, aka Jackson Garcia. I don't think we should have traded him, but we did. Can't go back now. We also gave up Hunter Dobbins, but I don't mind giving up Dobbins.
Hey, you got to give something to get something, right?
Yeah. Durbin, who was a rookie last year or the year before, had a big bat, big role in the Brewers playoff run. I think he's going to do great for the team.
Oh, and he's only 26.
Yeah.
And you know that guys start hitting their stride around 27, so I think he's still got room to develop too.
All right, I got one more question for you. Are we going to win the World Series?
Of course we are. How could you even doubt it?
You know it.
We're better than we were last year.
Of course. We are going to beat the Yankees every single time we play them, so that's pretty great. Last question, though. Do you think we're going to trade Duran?
I feel like when we get down to the middle of the season, if we still have all these outfielders, then Duran is probably the guy to go because you can actually get something for him. He's somebody who you could get a piece that you really need who could make an immediate impact.
Yeah. I remember the mock trade last year. I was making mock trades all day. I traded Bayo and Duran for Fernando Tatis. I thought that was a pretty good deal for both sides. We freed up the rotation, and we got somebody to replace Duran. Thank you all for listening for the Baseball Bros. Come back for the middle of the season recap. Probably look around the trade deadline for that. Thank you guys for listening.
Let's go Sox.